Angels, ancestors, wayshowers, guides, ascended masters, archangels, galactic federation, council of light, elementals, fae, Mary Magdalene, beings assigned to our team for our highest, holiest, heavenliest, most divine, godly good, celestial guardians, protectors, divine messengers, and all benevolent beings of light. What do we need to know about this? They can't corrupt your light or energy for an agenda. The influx of multidimensional frequencies have awakened hearts. What is up, Galactic Golden Ohana? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's the vibe? I just got channeled the song. I will wait for you at the bottom. I will wait for you if you want me to. I will wait for you at the bottom. Somebody's heart has awakened to what a connection is. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But this influx of multidimensional frequencies that have come into place on this planet have awakened those who were under a darker cloaking, like an illusion. And their hearts are now calling out to what is meant to be theirs, whether it's a person, a place, a position, or the things that they are meant to have in this experience, in this lifetime. That's beautiful. With Queen of Swords here, you hold the truth. So this lets me know that you initiated a wave of multidimensional frequencies to come into play at this time. Something activated within you, something that God has placed within you. The divine, the angels have placed within you, the ancestors have placed within you, is emanating fiercely throughout the veins of this planet, the golden grid system within and upon this planet, surrounding this planet, encasing, enveloping this planet like a safe, warm, unconditionally loving hug. It's an influx of divinity here. And with individuals or groups, organizations, networks, and societies that were working to corrupt your light and energy, it was for a darker agenda. So many of the ploys, many of the antics that these individuals have been instigating have been an attempt to gain mass energy, gain sacred soul energy for a lower vibrational timeline, as well as to infiltrate divine energy to gain access to information that only comes from source. As you guys know, darker beings, fallen angels, don't have that connection to God. They don't have that connection to source. They don't have that connection to the divine. So the abilities that have been activated within us, the information and the downloads we are getting, they can't receive. So it looks like this attempt was not only to descend the advancement of the planet, the rise of consciousness and multidimensional frequencies here, but also to gain soul coding for the information it holds, the information that we have obtained. It's like they're attempting to use sacred soul energy to override the fall of the system. That's what I'm getting, and it failed. Their attempts to reclaim their system, their matrix, their simulation has failed. Their attempt to reclaim and re-enslave souls, sacred souls, to maintain the system and the programs that had been put in place within the system have failed. So it looks like this is going to be a bit of a deeper live, you guys. Lock in, Galactic Golden Nuggies, because we diving in. And it looks like for some of you, the heart of your true divine love, or the heart of those that were meant to be a part of your experience, are cleared. They're going through a heart chakra awakening right now. I will wait for you at the bottom. It feels like Dark Night of the Soul. There are individuals' wisdom here. You may be picking up on this energy. You know that there is a massive influx of light energy, a massive influx of unexplainable, unconditional love energy. You're seeing the world through very clear eyes. I was going to say new eyes, but clear eyes. It's like you're seeing the world for what it was meant to be because of the rise of high vibrational energy. It's no longer like polluted. I'm not saying that the world is not polluted, because pollution is still a thing, but it's not polluted with darkness. So with you holding the truth and wisdom here, you know why the Most High has placed you here, and you know that with this influx of energy, that there's been massive changes to the experience for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of souls. So this is, yes, tech. Maintaining a positive outlook, because it's like the energy you're emanating, everything is responding to it. This feels like the split, another split, where you are, the reason the divine wants you to focus, oh, it's Terra. I appreciate you. I apologize for getting your name wrong. But you are correct. You are correct. It's like the divine is saying be very careful with what you are allowing yourself to spiritually intake at this time, because of, it's like the movement into the true. And there are so many darker individuals, so many fallen angels, so many organizations that are working to, this is a touchier like energy. They're working to bring mass energy back into a timeline they'd be able to control. But in order to do this, they need you to see your world in a certain way so that your environment, your experience aligns with the world that you have in a sense chosen, with the experience that they want you to choose and assist in manifesting. A darker timeline, a timeline of chaos, fear, war, anger, chaos. I may have said chaos twice, and that may be double up on the energy that these entities, these beings are attempting to push, because that's what they can acclimate in and rise in and control. That's where their power comes from. And the more light that is here, the less power they hold, because true power comes from the divine, from source. And the more we advance this realm, the more powerful light workers are activated to be. So for those of you this reading, it's given 144, chosen 144 sacred souls, frontliners, light leaders, revolutionary light leaders, to where your sacred energy is being put towards further advancing this realm. I won't even say advancing, it's like stabilizing this new split. Thank you. Clarification. Divine said stabilizing the future of this planet. Stabilizing the future of light workers and sacred souls. The future of divinity. The future of balance. The future of justice. The future of peace. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And this is why the divine wants you focused on a better future. Because that future is coming into play now. Waves of light workers are already winning, already receiving. And this is worldwide. And this is, again, why individuals in a perceived position of power are attempting to push a certain agenda in order to corrupt mass energy and use it to manifesting a darker timeline, to where they hold that power in that darker timeline. Their illusions were having an effect. Their practitionary work was having an effect. Their sacrificial rituals were having an effect. And with the new world being revealed, with how thin the veil is, or not, how non-existent the veil is, they are consistently receiving not only backfires, but receiving, it's like mass loads of what they have put out and what they have dispersed amongst others, their karma, their consequences. And while we are advancing this planet and more multidimensional energy is coming through, more hearts are awakening to where they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be with, who they're supposed to be in general, like what they're supposed to be doing, who they're supposed to be with. We got a Queen of Wands coming out in the reverse. Who they need to separate from. What bad behavior has been limiting them. Like, hearts are awakening to where they need to be, where they want to be, where they're being called to be, and what they're being called to do. And with Queen of Wands in the reverse, some of you have an individual that was working very hard to corrupt your energy or push a certain projection off onto your energy to keep somebody blinded from you and confusion from coming towards you. Some of you had an individual, not only organizations, networks, societies, working against you because of the power and the light that you hold and the way that you are able to move in new high vibrational energy, new timelines, new experiences for sacred souls. How imperative you are to God's plan. But you also had individual karmic energies working against you because of how you were shattering the life that they had worked so hard to live. You were shattering the illusions. Ew. Judgment. With what I just heard, you were shattering the illusions these individuals were using to appear to be something they were not, to have someone or something they were not. Not supposed to have, not supposed to be doing, not supposed to be with. So some of you have a counterpart here that has awakened to a very corrupted situation with an individual that was targeting you because of how you kept assisting this person with their growth. And the more they ascended, the more these chains of oppression, these love spells would break and backfire onto this person. The sun. They've been exposed. This could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, heavy on the Leo. This is a lot of energy. I apologize, you guys. I did not do a pre-shuffle before I came on here. Spirit was just like, go and give the message. So we have worked tirelessly to bring in a better world for sacred souls who have been suffering. Sacred souls who have been pushed to the brink. Continually working past breaking points to be able to survive, to live. And yes, God has been providing. God has been stepping in when necessary, but there was work that needed to be done on this planet to break down the best way to explain this is to break down invisible, they said firmament, invisible barriers, walls that had been set in place energetically to keep light workers from reaching certain heights of success, from ever obtaining unconditional love, from ever following their life's calling. Walls of fear, walls of doubt, walls of illusion, walls of oppression. This is why they're fighting so hard to bring back this old world order, because it was easier to put who they wanted in certain dynamics. It was easier to put who they wanted in positions of recognition. It was easier to put who they wanted in positions of power. And now we light workers are reclaiming our ordained thrones, our ordained destinies, our ordained counterparts. Thank you for your donation as well as your confirmation. That's a 10 for completion. Congrats on your new home, soul sis. Thank you. I appreciate you so very much, and know that you're receiving it back infinitely and amplified in all the ways that God ordains and deems as necessary to each and every expansive experience that you are meant to have. Everything that you are meant to receive at this time. Everything that's meant to be a part of your destiny. You worked for this. You fought for this. You are being of service for a better world and a better life to sacred souls that were meant to receive it but kept being stripped from it and didn't know why or how. So thank you. I do appreciate it. And just know that what God has given me, God is giving you because you deserve it. And it is time. Many of us, if not all of us, have never experienced unconditional love from a romantic partner. We got somebody stressed here. We've never, I don't want to put that energy out there because I don't want anybody to latch on to that energy, but I have to say it the way it's being channeled to me. We've never, thank you, Inks, INSK. Thank you, INSK. I don't want to say your name wrong, but thank you for your donation. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. And that is 2 tens, 10, 10 amplified by the 0. Massive completions with what you are meant to receive and what you are in alignment to, which is what I was going to get into. Thank you for your donation. Everything that you poured into not only me, but humanity. And know that you are receiving it back in all the ways that God has ordained and deemed as necessary to each and every expansive experience that is now unfolding for you. That was always meant to be a part of your destiny. That was fated for you to receive at this time. Thank you. I really do appreciate you. And that was not only a donation, but a confirmation. Massive completions on this planet with the split and with what we have moved into and where our focus needs to be, because a lot of us have never experienced unconditional love from a romantic partner or others in general. We've never experienced being seen for our gifts. And that's why I was like, that timing was so beautiful. Thank you for that donation as well as that confirmation, because this is being seen and recognized for your gifts, your God-given gifts that you are meant to share, that you are not meant to doubt, that you are meant to take leaps of faith in, knowing that with what you have been guided to share, you will make massive leaps and bounds here and massive changes in so many lives with how they see you taking leaps of faith on what it is you love to do and what your calling is. The way they see it unfold for you, the way they see it actually play out in your favor. A lot of things have been deemed impossible. Were supposed to be impossible, especially with the walls that have been put up to keep light workers from winning, and they're seeing you break through them. And not only break through them, but lead others through these walls that were meant to keep them from success. They're seeing you. Sacred souls are watching you and they're inspired. They're seeing your work pay off and they're going, you know what? I am going to take the leap of faith on my calling. I am going to make content. I am going to be an artist and start sharing my paintings. I'm going to start sharing my music. I'm going to start sharing my vlogs. I'm going to start sharing my poetry. Whatever it is that you love to do, that you are doing, and you have full faith in what you are doing because you know God has called you to do it, there are others watching that pay off for you. There are others that are inspired to take action because of you. And God had put it this way, had planned it this way, that all those that watched you would watch God's favor and love over your life, and that nothing that you were meant to receive would be stopped, that anything that you were meant to receive would never be ceased to exist for you. Because many individuals felt like what had been set in place would keep those with true spirits, the authentic, the lights in this world, from winning. And here you are. Not only proving them wrong, but you are also bringing in new multidimensional light codes and frequencies that other sacred souls are receiving, that is assisting them with taking action, inspired, divinely guided action, and seeing a response from the action they have taken. And many with this heart awakening, especially with 10 of Staves, they're individual stressed because people are now following their heart. They're following their calling. Some of you are about to be in a romantic dynamic because somebody's finally listening to their guidance. Somebody is finally listening to their heart and their soul because it keeps calling out for you. And I'm not talking about an ex. Now, an ex may have woken up a little too late. Hard head, soft ass. But I'm feeling that somebody that was on the fence about you, that was really struggling because of who they were around and the type of darker influence another individual had over them, they were not seeing you clearly. They were not allowing themselves to see you clearly. They still had a lot of work to do with their ascension, a lot of heart clearing, a lot of cuts that needed to be made. They had individuals in their life that liked them where they were at, liked what they were receiving from this individual, and this individual is breaking free. Not only spiritually from all binding that had been placed on them to keep them with a certain family dynamic or a certain romantic partner or in a certain career, but they're breaking through physically, which means people are getting cut out of somebody's life in the same way people had to get cut out of yours because of their ill intentions. And whoever is stressed over here, it's giving a Queen of Wands in the reverse that your ancestors are targeting. I won't say, no, yeah, your ancestors are targeting this individual because they wouldn't leave you alone. This individual is stressed because not only are your ancestors whooping somebody's ass for attempting to confuse somebody else about what the higher power, what God told them to do. But they were also attacking you. Attempting to initiate some type of tower to where they would be seen as the only option for an individual to be around, be with, or give to. So some of you have a counterpart that's cutting somebody off because this individual has been exposed. And you are now, God is revealing you as the best option because of what you're meant to do with somebody else. Like, it's like this individual doesn't see anybody else but you, and this is why somebody may have even been attacking your physical appearance. So I know this message is kind of a little bit everywhere because I'm getting ethereal downloads from what's going on the planet, like what the darker agenda is, as well as the agenda of individual people, individuals and groups, cults, covens, maybe a karmic familial unit. So bear with me, because there are messages coming through about how we have advanced this planet, and to make sure that you are integrating within your spirit body what is necessary for your new beginning, instead of falling into the distorted distractions that corrupted elites are attempting to push and portray to gain your energy to manifest that timeline. And then this is also, be aware that you have something coming in, or someone coming in, to where it is inevitably being magnetized and drawn in to your energy. It is time for you to step into this position. It is time for you to have this abundance. It is time for you to connect with your romantic partner. It is time for you to have high-level soul family friends, high-level soul family connections. So we got fortune here. It wanted to be in the reverse. My deck was in the reverse. Somebody is losing a fortune who shouldn't have acted impulsively, who should have just walked away but chose not to. And now they're watching you communicate. Yep, Princess of Swords here. They're watching you communicate. They know that you know the truth. You've been posting something or saying something about the fact that you know that specific individuals have been attempting to skew others' perception of you, and that's not going to fly, and that you know that you're about to have love. You know that you being in this unconditionally loving energy and more unconditionally loving frequencies coming to this planet, it was inevitable that unions would happen. A lot of people are feeling this love, this desire, this call. I won't even say desire, this unconditional love. Their heart feels full. There are some individuals that feel so full of love, they're crying. There are other individuals that feel so full of love that they just laugh at everything, like everything just seems like beautiful. There are other individuals that are feeling this fullness of love, and they're feeling kind of somber about it because it's their dark night of the soul. They're purging out what is no longer necessary so they can connect more deeply with that frequency. What was holding them back from being aligned to that frequency, and others are walking into it effortlessly, feeling it encompass their entire being and reality. So you're feeling the influx of these multidimensional frequencies, these unconditionally loving frequencies. Somebody may even be thinking of marriage. We also have groups, organizations, and societies here that know that with the decisions they made, there is no going back, there's no regaining control. They chose a side, and they're showing me like white knuckles. They chose a side and they held on tightly to that side, believing that would be the winning side. They buckled down. They gave everything they got, but the light still won. So again, I apologize. I know this reading is kind of everywhere, but you being 144, chosen sacred soul, revolutionary light leader and frontliner, I'm sure you understand what I'm attempting to convey with what you are feeling, what you are now seeing unfold in your reality, and what you may have been dreaming about. They got a knuckle sandwich. Hey, exactly, Jocelyn, yes. They tried to buckle down and got a whole spiritual knuckle sandwich from the divine, because this attempt was not going to fly. But again, they chose the losing side, not expecting it to lose, and then double down on what they were willing to do to try to regain control and step into a timeline to where they would be on top, because they see the scales are being balanced, and the first shall be last and the last shall be first. They see the last coming up first, and that is terrifying to them. This is the prophecy being fulfilled that they tried to stop for centuries. You think these elites, organizations, networks, and societies didn't know about the age of Aquarius? They did. You think these organizations, cults, societies, networks don't follow astrology? They do. This is exactly why they have these dark diviners and dark practitioners, these underworldly seers. There had been a prophecy about what would come with the age of Aquarius, and it would be a mass awakening and a rise of Christ consciousness, which would lead to the declassification of information that had previously been classified. It would lead to, with the ascension, the higher vibrational energy being brought through, more higher frequency beings being allowed in, being let through. With the golden grid system in place, we got love right here. With the golden grid system, the unconditional love, 5D energy. With the golden grid system in place and the dark inorganic grid system dismantled, the system in the matrix, or all systems of the matrix, would fall. And that they would be left, I won't even say with nothing. They would be left powerless, is what I will say. They knew that there would come a time where the things they attempted to deem as conspiracy theory would be revealed to be truth. That beings that were meant to be a myth would reveal themselves. And that light workers and starseeds and angels on this earth would be seen as what it is they are. Individuals seeing clearly that there really are angels. There really are starseeds, extraterrestrial, celestial, divine beings here, walking among us. And that you are one of them. And yes, 99% less chemtrails this week keeps getting clearer. They tried it. I kept telling you guys they were putting stuff in the air, the water, the food, and we kept adapting. We kept overcoming. Our DNA mutating to adjust to what these individuals, what these entities, these groups, organizations, networks, societies, and fallen angels were attempting to do. If you think back to like 2012, exactly. If you think back to 2012, they wanted us to be seen as the crazy ones, but now individuals have learned the truth. And they're seeing it be revealed before their very eyes. Before, astral travel, lucid dreaming, or not lucid, astral travel, manifestation, and astral projection was seen as a myth, a conspiracy theory. The CIA had released documentations on astral travel, astral projection, manifestation. And they also released information about the hologram. All things that we had known. With the rise of Christ consciousness, this information has been declassified, as well as MK Ultra. A lot of individuals wanted to classify MK Ultra as a conspiracy theory. And it is not. So the reason I'm bringing all of this up is you can see the changes from like 2012, where so many of us had been under the illusion of the simulation being our reality. So many of us had been attracting in karmic friendships, karmic partners, like we just thought that was the way that life was supposed to be. We didn't feel the way we do now. We weren't walking in our angelic, divine, celestial power now, like we are now. Things are much different. Not only you are a completely different being compared to who you were in 2012, but so is the world. So is what's being revealed in the world. What is being let into the world. What so many of us are now experiencing and speaking upon and seeing clearly about. And now it's many souls are catching up. Many souls are going through the multitude of splits that have happened. Because we have talked about this before. If the world split immediately and it was just true world and the 3D simulation, souls would have gone through soul shock. It would have been too much to jump from one timeline, one experience to an entirely different one. And this is why there have been multiple splits. This is the ascension. The ascension through these different levels, through these different splits, to not cause or initiate soul shock, to where your soul was where your vessel would have accelerated into experiencing, and it would have been too much to take on at that time. And this is a lot of souls that were in the previous splits have moved up splits, if that makes sense. They are rapidly, but not to the point of soul shock, moving through these timeline splits because of what they have awakened to. What is no longer meant to be a part of their experience, what they're separating from. Individuals that since like 2012 or 2018, things that have been comfortable in their life at that time, things that they've allowed in their life, whether it's a person, a job, a habit, whatever has been a part of their experience, they're now feeling uncomfortable with. They're now wanting to grow away from, and they are. So with them releasing what they have held on to since 2012 or 2018, 2019, is assisting in their accelerated ascension into this multidimensional, high vibrational, frequency integrated experience. And it's happening very quickly, which is why somebody's heart, we got love here. Somebody's heart has awakened to the truth about where they're being called and why they're being called. Why they're being called to this job. Why they're being called to be an entrepreneur. Why they're being called to a specific person. Why they're being called to befriend somebody that they may have been observing for a minute but were unsure about before. Clarity is here. Clarity, unconditional love, and wisdom. I know clarity and wisdom are very similar, but with clarity, it's like them being very clear. With wisdom, it is them obtaining the wisdom that has made them more sure of the action they're about to take. That's why I said clarity and wisdom. They needed this wisdom to really gain clarity before they took this action. And they have. They're no longer holding on to what they were before. And this is hundreds of thousands of souls. Many of us went through massive releases back in 2020, 2022, or even 2023. Things that we knew we needed to let go of emotionally, physically, energetically, in order to move into this God body, this goddess body, into our highest self, integrating and fusing fully with our highest self. And these organizations, networks, and societies worked very hard to stop this integration and this fusion from happening. And you being this revolutionary light leader, you being this sacred, divine, chosen soul, was meant, you were positioned to lead this movement because God knew that you could do it. God knew that you were powerful enough to move in timelines and to break down old, outdated power structures. And that watching you do this would inspire others to stand in their divine sovereign power. So I know that that's kind of deep, but for those of you it's for, you understand what's being channeled right now. And you may be in a place where you are completely detached from the how do I put this, Source? You are detached from the outcome that you have walked into, detached from what you are meant to experience. There is no resistance to your path. So if this is love, you're not, thank you. If this is love, you're not thinking about love. You kind of don't care about, like, and I don't mean you don't care about love, like loving others. This is like you don't care about having a romantic partner. You don't care about money. You don't care about being seen, being recognized, like being famous. Like you don't care. You don't give a fuck. And it's like law of attachment. It is the path of least resistance. This is why it's coming right in. Some of you on your, again, I know you don't care, but this is why you need to know. Some of you on your social media platforms are going viral. And you're looking at this and going, what the fuck is going on here? God, what are you doing? God has positioned you to be seen. You are meant to be seen for what it is you are conveying and what it is you are sharing. The activations in your art. Now you got, some of you have money coming out of nowhere and you're like, what? I'm just chilling. I was not even worried about money. I knew God was going to provide. but I didn't expect it to be like this. All of a sudden you have a windfall of money coming through. You were no longer attached to an abundant outcome. You were no longer like desperate or in despair over money. Your last hit just went viral. That's confirmation right there. That's confirmation. Look at that. See? Confirmation in the chat. So with you, just trusting the divine, trusting God, letting go of like obsessing over an outcome, or letting go of anticipating a certain outcome. Just knowing that where you're being led is where you're meant to be. Now it's the path of least resistance. Things are flowing in. You focused on your mission and on bringing higher vibrational energy to this planet, visualizing, manifesting. It's like you were not attached to the manifestation. You just put it out into the universe. You just put in an order to God and said, if this is meant to be mine, please let me have it. If I am meant to do this, please let me do it. If I am meant to be in love, please let me fall in love this lifetime. You're very laid back about your expectations of your experience, because you know that what God is going to deliver is far better than anything that you could have imagined. And that you as you as an ordained co-creator, get down, buddy. Go on. You as a God-ordained co-creator would take what was given to you and create with it. That you would make something beautiful with it. And that you trusted that God would give you what was necessary to create, to continuate this timeline, this energy that has been brought here, the true world that you know that you were put here to lead. And now the things that you were detached from, the things that you did not anticipate coming in this fashion, coming in this way, are coming in. And for some of you, it is a partner that is to love you unconditionally in the way that you love others, in the way that you are meant to be loved, the way that you are meant to experience unconditional love, and the way that this relationship is going to reflect God in everything that it is. We got 5 of Cups. In remorse and regret. Who's in remorse and regret? Let me see. Balance and competition. This is also chaos. The fact that you keep balancing this chaos, you got a lot of individuals mad. A lot of individuals, a lot of elites upset that you keep taking the energy that they're trying to put out into this world and you keep balancing it. Whatever you are conveying, whatever you are working on, whatever God is giving you to build with, you are building empires. You are assisting others with understanding the fall of the system and why certain things have come into place, and you're putting them in position to build an empire. Excuse me, I was corrected. Build upon the kingdom that God has given you the keys to. Build upon the kingdom that God has given you keys to. Keys to the kingdom. Heaven on earth. And they just channeled me, only the heart of a child can enter the kingdom of God. So this is a very light, childlike innocence that you have. A very pure energy. And everything chaotic that's meant to, that these individuals have placed within this realm or attempted to push within this realm, you have taken and you have created something so pure and so beautiful with it. You have balanced this out. And you got elites, organizations, networks, and societies watching you balance the chaos for humanity effortlessly. So you got individuals in remorse and regret because what they attempted to do and the agenda they attempted to push to it has been corrected to corrupt light and energy to be used for darker timelines, more easily controlled, illusion aligning timelines. For a new beginning, it has been corrected. You got individuals up at night and mentally entrapped. Anxiety, stress, and remorse at the fact that everything they attempt to do to fuck with what we have done here, the divine energy we have brought here, the multidimensional frequencies that have been incorporated here for this planet's highest vibrational good and for sacred souls to win, everything they've done to descend this planet, everything they've done to re-enslave souls has failed. And they're watching you. They know that you're a heavy hitter. They know that everything that is put out, you see. It's like God is showing you where your energy, or what your energy needs to be focused on, and where your energy needs to be placed. For cosmic, they said for cosmic correction. It's like you are a cosmic corrections officer, and you walking through to make sure everything is as it should be. That nobody's getting out of line when it comes to these darker entities that are being spiritually detained. Some of these entities, this energy being removed from this planet entirely, being cast out. It's no longer necessary. It's no longer needed. I just heard it never was. And again, I do have love energy here. Some of you are so focused, or should I say some of us are so focused on our missions that we're not even thinking about love. We're just thinking about what we need to do, what information we have gained, what we can do with what has been given to us, what we can co-create with what has been given to us, that we never anticipated having a partner that was so like-minded, that would be able to assist with what we have been put here to do, what we've been working on. But some of you have a counterpart coming through. Could be a Leo. It's a strong counterpart. We also have sneaky and deceptive behavior with whatever these individuals were doing they thought was going to be able to muscle things in their favor. But it's like some of you have a counterpart that's coming through that's going to add, I won't say some. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If this part of the message is for you, you will know with what the divine has shown you. And it's you knowing that you were not meant to do this experience. You were not meant to live this life alone, but you were willing to live this life alone. You were willing to do things alone. But you were told by the divine you would not have to. You have a counterpart coming through that's going to add to your experience. They're like-minded, they're in alignment with your energy. They're a lot more like you than you would think. Now, with Seven of Swords out here, sneaky and deceptive behavior and strength, there are individuals that wanted to deceive you, trying to pull you back into their experience because they see that you're winning. But we did talk about that yesterday. Give me one more on the Seven of Swords and strength. Three of Cups, a third party. Ooh, so you're marrying with somebody. There is a third party, a karmic individual that was trying to force an outcome by being sneaky and deceptive. I don't want to stay too long on this individual, but they're in remorse and regret because they only made things worse for themselves. Somebody has chosen to disconnect from somebody else and move on, movement. Because learning from this experience or this individual is no longer necessary. They've spiritually outgrown this connection. They've spiritually outgrown this family dynamic that may be karmic. They've spiritually outgrown this job that they may have been miserable in. Things that were distorting their reality and distracting them from their path has been removed. They have outgrown. They have gotten so uncomfortable in it that they have chosen to take steps forward to remove themselves from what is no longer enabling their growth. Wow, there's a lot of energy everywhere, you guys. Like I said, I apologize. I'm getting downloads from everywhere. Like, what is currently happening? Everywhere. Individuals following their hearts. You got corrupt elites working against the advancement and ascension upon this planet and the rise of Christ consciousness. And they're watching more and more thousands, if not millions of individuals, or hundreds of thousands, if not millions of individuals, follow their heart. They're also watching their attempts be made a mockery of. Like, people are making fun of, like, what's going on. And I'm not saying in a negative way, but, like, we are turning things into high vibration. We are finding ways to laugh at what was meant to put us in fear. That's what I mean by that. And I know a lot of you have seen this going around on TikTok, where people are making videos that make others laugh about what's going on. And they're hilarious. And laughter is the best medicine, and laughter raises the vibration. So instead of hundreds of thousands of individuals being angry or in fear, there are beautiful light workers making content about this agenda, about what was meant to evoke this fear and this anger, and finding a way to make it high vibrational for others to laugh, for others to see the absolute assery in the agenda. And this is not what they wanted. This is not what they expected. They didn't expect us to look at this situation and go, bitches, you fucking serious? With your fucking crusty Cynthia head having ass. What's wrong with you? We are not associated to what you are fucking over there doing. That's on you. There is no we. We not over here speaking French. There is no we. There is no us. It's you. You did that. And it's like more and more people are like seeing the truth in what it is and going, no, you have to account for your consequences, for your actions. You have to take accountability for your actions. There is no we in what you did. You did that. We're not siding with you. We didn't go over there fucking with people. You went over there fucking with people. There is no us in this. We didn't tell you to go do that. We actually told you the fucking opposite. Now you get to deal with the consequences while we sit over here and make a joke about it. And that's light workers at work. This is how we are fighting the darkness, is again, we are creating as co-ordained, or as ordained, God-ordained co-creators. We are taking what has been given to us and we're creating with it. We are alchemizing darker agendas and intentions for the highest vibrational good of all. And this is, they're seeing this and they're going, this didn't work and we fucked up because now we made things worse for ourselves. Now we have individuals looking at us and doubting us and our abilities and our power because of the moves that we just made. And this is a part of the revolutionary light leader, or this is a part of the divine revolutionary movement, and you as a revolutionary light leader. You are leading souls into the light. You are leading souls into enlightenment. You're showing them what it is, and that they don't need to fear. They don't need to be angry about it. They need to focus their intentions and energy on something more higher vibrational. Something that's going to bring more peace to this planet. Something that's going to inevitably energetically correct what is going on this planet, or what individuals are attempting to have happen on this planet. As above, so below, as within, so without. And with Prince of Cups here, you do have an incoming offer. Because this is a part of your harvest. With generational wealth here. And somebody else is being left out in the cold because that is their judgment. This is a beautiful energy. This is you being uncorruptible. This is your light being so bright, it's damn near blinding. This is literally giving God mode. Like, you are fully focused in God mode, and what is being attracted to you at this time, you feel coming, but you're not obsessing over. You just knew it was inevitable. And what is coming through is going to put you in a position to not only step into generation, I won't say step into. It's not only going to put you in a position to be very, very, very fucking successful. But it's also going to put you in a position to pour into others where they had been limited. It's going to put you in a position to make massive changes on this planet that others were withholding from making. And it's also going to put you in a position to be a reflection of God on this planet. A divine representative of the Most High. Like, this romantic dynamic is going to this romantic dynamic that you're about to experience, it's going to inspire others to believe in true divine love and to wait. To wait because it's worth the wait. To do the work because it's worth doing the work. To not settle. A lot of individuals had been programmed to see love in a certain way. To continue karmic cycles within their reality they would not grow from. So they would stay in a certain alignment. And you've got individuals breaking out of that box they had been intentionally placed in to keep them from reaching these heights and to harness their energy. And this romantic dynamic is going to, or this healthy family dynamic that you have, or that you're going to have is going to show individuals like a different side of the coin. It's going to show sacred souls that what they desire and what they feel in their hearts they can have. This happily ever after that you have moved into, that you have been in the, that you are in the energy of receiving, is going to show individuals that like it's not a fairy tale. You can truly, and it's not a dream, it's attainable. You can truly have this when you do the work and you follow the path of the straight and narrow. You can have what is deemed by others as impossible in this life. Transformation, change. And we got a King of Swords out here. And bear with me, y'all, because I am alchemizing a bit of energy from yesterday. Like I said, there is a split that has happened. And there has been a massive, like some of you may be feeling a lot of ascension symptoms right now. You may be feeling a lot of energy. You're like, man, I feel like I just walked into something massive. I feel like there's so much more I just walked into, and there's so much more that you just took in, and there's so much more that you energetically integrated into this planet. So if you are feeling mass ascension symptoms, if you are feeling like very fatigued, very tired, it is because you just went through a lot, like overnight or over the last few days. There's been a lot going on in the ethers. A lot of energy, a lot of transformation, a lot of change. Change to your energy, integration of more energy, integration of more light, integration of more divinity. God has given more, placed more within you. There is more going on in this planet. There's more energy coming through to this planet. There's a lot happening right now. So if you are tired, if you wake up and you tired, you slept for like 10 hours. Maybe you slept for like 15 hours and you're like, motherfucker, why am I still tired? You may be extra thirsty at this time as well. There's a lot going on. Yeah, you may want to check the Schumann resonance too. I know that we recently had a solar flare as well. So if you've been feeling these symptoms, possibly even body aches, like you get up and you're like, damn, what the fuck going on, bruh? You're feeling the changes happening with what has been integrated. How much energy is coming through to this planet? Multidimensional, high vibrational energy. There's a lot going on. Feel it out with your, I was going to say feel it out with your third eye. Like, feel it out with your intuition. Because your intuition, as well as your divine team, your angels and the Most High, will clarify for you what is happening for you. It's mass change, transformation. A lot more being brought through. And with the King of Swords out here, a lot more truth is about to be revealed. King of Swords is also giving me justice. A lot more being brought to light. A lot more light being brought in, and a lot more being brought to light and revealed and exposed. This is why you have these individuals being desperate to do dumb shit. Over here, I told you, I prophesized this. That they'd be out here just being buck wild crazy. They'd just be doing crazy shit to get attention, to get an emotional reaction. I channeled this. I told you they were going to be out here just being buck wild, doing buck wild shit. And here they are. And why do you think they're out here being a mess? Because they're attempting to obtain energy. They're attempting to redirect the ascension by obtaining the energy and attention of those sacred souls that are progressing this planet. That's why. So remain focused. And get your rest. Drink your water. Make sure you're grounding, even though it is super fucking hot. I swear to God, more sun rays are coming through. I don't know how to explain it. It's like more sun on this planet. Like, I remember last summer being like hot, but the sun felt different. Does that make sense? Like the hot last summer doesn't feel like the hot this summer. It feels different. Like the sun rays are bringing in something different. Something more. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like you can feel that the sun is piercing deeper than the skin. Like it's hitting your spirit. That's how it feels. That's the best way to explain it. So if you're feeling like that, again, there's more energy, there's a lot more going on. The sun feels a little feral lately. A little, yeah, a little spicy. All right, there's more energy being brought through. You are now open to incorporating more from True Earth. It's like you are open to receiving more and intaking more. So now that you're feeling more, it's because your light body can hold more. You may have also recently gone through a nervous system reset. Yes, it's like the sun is peering down through a magnifying glass. That yes, Cheryl, that is a great way to explain that. It just feels like it's piercing your spirit. Like there's just so much more coming in than there ever has been before. That's why I made that video over on TikTok where my spirit guides wanted me to go outside and sun gaze and ground. And I was like, well, I used a sound that was like, it is 91,000 damn degrees outside. So, yeah, if you're feeling like that, you're having these symptoms, make sure that you're relaxing, you're resting, you're incorporating a lot, you're feeling a lot going on this planet, and a lot more being integrated within you and into this planet. And you're preparing for the massive changes that are about to happen in the physical, not just for you, but on this planet, for this planet. With Four of Swords here, we got laid to rest. A Queen of Pentacles has been laid to rest for betraying a King of Swords or you, or attempting to betray you to gain a victory in union. There's a practitioner here, it could be a Taurus or a Virgo, that was working to try and lay to rest by betraying you or by being paid to betray you, to keep you from having this union that you were ordained to have. And they could not stop what is being brought through. I feel like the reason this is relevant is, again, your gifts may be amplifying because this practitioner, whoever this Queen of Pentacles is that may have had gifts, don't have them anymore. You do. They couldn't change fate. We got the moon and the world and sacrifice. What you don't see is that this individual has been sacrificed. It's over, but you feel it. This is literally what I just said. Also, the moon symbolizes intuition. So your intuition may be very amplified and enhanced at this time. You got a practitioner's gifts. This is also individuals being blinded from spying on your destiny, your walk. The door that closed behind you, they cannot look through or see into what you're about to have, what you're about to be doing, and your next moves. So somebody that wanted to win by any means necessary, because the Star and the Nine of Cups, because of what they had seen previously you were walking into, has cost them their gifts. While yours have been enhanced and are currently going through upgrades. With the Star here in the Nine of Pentacles, you are being seen as wish fulfillment. You are also receiving wish fulfillment. You are also healing if individuals attempted to project dis-ease or death or premature death into your experience. This is also about, some of you are about to be world renowned. Some of you are about to be a star. You're about to be recognized. Some of you are about to be with a star. I hate to say it like that, but yeah, some of you are going to be with somebody well known. Again, don't obsess over that. This is, if you're going to be with somebody well-known, that means that you are also in alignment to be well-known. God has placed you in a position for you and your partner to be seen because of the way that God wants to depict things in your experience, in your relationship. That God wants everybody to know that this relationship was brought forth by God, and everything about this relationship is divine. This relationship, this power couple, is going to be put on a divine pedestal for all to see because of how it's going to inspire those who are observing this type of dynamic. But again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because some of you are just going to be the star. You're going to be seen. Your gifts are going to be recognized. This star could also symbolize your healing abilities being amplified. You being able to really do a lot of healing work here, and your healing work working faster because of what's been adhered to your gifts. What's been integrated within your light body. We got Princess of Pentacles, an offer coming through, and a Prince of Pentacles. This has a lot of energy, you guys. With the Prince and the Princess, like, you about to receive an offer you're going to accept. God is guiding you to accept. So whatever this is coming in now. It's like everything is unfolding as it should. It's like, boom, first plate that your enemy, your feast that is being laid before you for your enemies to witness. The first plate has been laid down. Now the second plate. Now the third plate. These plates are coming back to back to back. And with the plate that you have received recently, or that you're about to receive, there's another one right after that. And for some of you, this is going to be happening very quickly. Yep, equal give and... Look at this. I can't make this shit up. Equal give and take from the universe, from the Most High. This is also like you getting ready to receive. And there's going to be equal give and take in this relationship. There's going to be equal give and take in these connections. There's going to be equal give and take from this position, this leadership position, this job, this entrepreneurial leap of faith. Yes, reciprocity. Where you're not about to be heartbroken, but somebody else is. With Three of Swords in the reverse and the Truth, this is a part of what you have manifested. This is a part of what you were due to experience. And somebody wanted to avoid heartbreak by losing what you're now gaining. But what you are gaining, they are now losing. They were not fit for this position. They were out of alignment with this relationship. They were using or manipulating others' energy in order to acquire opportunities. All of that of which they are not in alignment to, that their true energy with what has been stripped from them is not in alignment to, they are losing. Everything that you are in alignment to, everything that has been incorporated is coming through for you. I'm done. I'm done. Nine of Pentacles. Living your best life. And helping others live their best life too, with the wisdom that you are sharing. And the creative expression you are allowing to be recognized, activating others through your art, through your artistry, your gifts, share your gifts. When you are restored, because I do feel like there is rest required for the restoration at this time. I do feel like there is a lot, excuse me, they corrected me. They said no, you know. K-N-O-W, you know. There is a lot going on. There's a lot being integrated. But you're about to have a lot of energy to create. Your gifts being amplified, you're going to be... It's like if you don't share them, it's going to feel like it's bubbling over. You're going to be guided to express with the buildup of energy that has been acquired. We got the Sun. So I apologize, you guys. I know this reading has been kind of all over the place, but like the energy is all over the place. But I also know that you guys are picking up what the divine is putting down with all of the energy everywhere and how much is coming through. Oh my God, there's so much coming through, and I know you guys can feel it too. All of this light, all of this unconditional love, all of this like greatness just coming into the planet. The way the sun feels different, the moon looks different, the way your taste buds may be changing, the way that you feel different, the way that your life is now unfolding, the way that people are reacting to you. When you go outside, everybody just staring at you, strangers just want to talk to you. And if you are not having that happen, you're about to. Your energy is going to be so bright, it's going to be, like I said before, damn near blinding. People are just going to want to be around you. You're just going to be doing your own thing. You have strangers come up to you and tell you their life story. You have people staring at you, just gawking. You could be at the gym and all of a sudden everybody, the whole motherfucking area you were working out in was empty. And now all of a sudden there's like 80 people over there. And you're like, that. Or you walk into a store that was empty and all of a sudden there's like 8,000 people in there. And you're like, 5 minutes ago, nobody was in here. What is going on? They're attracted to your light. Everywhere you go, individuals are going to feel that you are there. You're just going to be, magnetic, just attracting in individuals that don't know why they want to go into that store. Don't know why today is the day that they want to go work out. Don't know why today is the day that they want to go to the park. They don't know why today is the day that they just feel like they need to go here. And they're feeling drawn and attracted to your energy without knowing that you are there. Jesus walks with me. All of a sudden, a place that was empty is now full of people. People that just meandered in because they felt like going in there. They just felt drawn to going in there. And it's because you were in there. Your light unintentionally called these individuals in. They're being drawn to the frequency that you emanate and how your frequency fills up a fucking room, if not a whole building, with the way that you are emanating through this planet. So don't be surprised when more and more people want to talk to you and be around you, and you go into places and all of a sudden it's jam-packed. People are just feeling drawn to you. Being around you is an activation. And let me get a few from this one. So you may want to be in isolation a little bit at this time as you are resting, but just know when you go out, they're going to be around you. Your energy, being in close proximity to your energy, is an activation. You are unintentionally activating others. It's the coding that you are sharing with the energy you're emanating. Correcting what has been, work on what has been spoiled, healing, correcting past mistakes, making repairs, cleaning up corruption, restoring balance, and responsible action. This is what you're doing. You're helping address individuals' you're helping individuals address what they need to focus on, releasing, letting go of, and integrating in order to restore balance in their life. This is what you're activating within them, unintentionally. This is also something in, yes, the world is having balance restored. Corruption is being cleaned up in this world, but also in your life. It's literally like what's happening to you is happening on this planet. What codings you're receiving, what energy you're integrating, so is the planet. So as above, so below, as within, literally so without. You're changing the world with how your energy is changing. This is why they wanted to corrupt your light and energy. I get why they had me channel the message, the title of the reading this way. And your energy is uncorruptible. Your light is uncorruptible, unattainable. We also have a masculine. You could be a divine masculine in here, divine feminine. There's a masculine that is working on like cleaning up their life. We did talk a little bit about this earlier. The awakening of the hearts, where anything that is out of alignment from where they want to be and where they're being guided to be or who they're being guided to be with is being released. Masculines, you could be doing this at this time. If you are a divine masculine in here, there's a divine feminine, or divine feminines you have activated in this way. So put yourself where you fit. If you're a divine masculine in here, you got divine feminines out here cleaning up their fucking life energetically and physically. If you are a divine feminine in here, you have divine masculines that you have activated that are cleaning up their life, ascending, opening their heart space, aligning. The Wanderer in reverse. The Wanderer in reverse is about, in the upright, is about traveling and adventure, movement, coping with unfamiliarity, a pilgrimage, aloneness, and broaden your horizons. In the reverse, somebody did not need to travel to find themselves. This is like soul seeking within, realizing that they are a part of the bigger picture. This is somebody that was not willing to cope with unfamiliarity, not willing to take a leap of faith, but with it in the reverse is now. Somebody that no longer wants to be alone in this. Broaden your horizons. This is somebody that is no longer looking for something outside of themselves to make themselves feel complete. So they found what they needed within themselves. This is somebody that found what they were looking for. I feel like, to be honest, this is gonna sound kind of cheesy, but many individuals have found what they were looking for because of your love. And not the way that you love them, but the way that you love in general. Like the way that you walk through life loving. Somebody that may have been observing you online or while you were at work or like you going about your day was inspired with the way that they saw you find yourself and come back from so many things that were meant to break you. Your testimony has inspired others to stop running. Stop running from themselves and address their shadow. Stop running from what they know they need to do and cut it off completely. Stop running from what they want and who they want to be. Because they see you living authentically. And you living authentically, they're watching it pay off for you. They're watching God literally make a way for you. Because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. They watched you come back from nothing and still feel like you have everything. And it's changed people's perspective. A lot of souls have become inspired and started doing the work because they've seen how this has played out in your life. What God has done in your life. With diffusion of negativity and restoration of harmony in the reverse, things you were not supposed to bounce back from, they saw. Things that should have limited you, oppressed you, taken you out, they saw you come back from. With lighten up. Things that were not supposed to be diffused. Harmony that was not meant to be restored. They watched it happen for you. And those that came up against you were the ones experiencing this. They're seeing the bigger picture. God has placed you at the forefront so that you will be seen and you will be heard. And I also just heard respected. Peace. They watch peace get, God brought you peace. God said, nuh-uh. My baby is here to bring peace. So no matter what these hoobly-jubbly, musky moon magic throwing muskrats and derelict ducks are doing, doesn't matter who they are, I'm going to assure that my baby gets peace and that everybody sees it. Psalms 91, even though 1,000 shall fall at your is it 1,000 or 10,000? 1,000 shall fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, it shall not come near you. But you with your eyes will see their judgment. And not only were you seeing this judgment, you were a part of this judgment being orchestrated, and you were a part of, throat chakra upgrades. Not only were you seeing this judgment being, this judgment and this justice, the scales being balanced, but you were also a part of how this judgment was dispersed, as well as repairing the corruption upon this planet. To where those that were attempting to initiate a very chaotic timeline, you brought peace to it. You balanced it out. You alchemized the chaos into peace. And others have watched your life go from very chaotic, a lot of upheavals, a lot of betrayal, a lot of pain, to peace. They watched God place you on top of this rock, on top of this mountain, to where no enemy could touch you. They watched the divine bring you peace, and I can't make this shit up, and it inspired others. We got fire, illumination, inspiration, devotion, enlightenment, virtue, spirituality, and all-consuming passion. You had those that were following you, that watched you push upwards, watched you fight, watched you work, watched you keep going. You never gave up, and watched you be delivered. While those that attempted to initiate certain darker events upon this planet and in your life, they watched them break. This is overload or excess, stress, overload, exhaustion, obsessiveness, gluttony, burdens, worries, and the breaking point. They watched these individuals fall into their own trap while God gave you supernatural provisions. And it doesn't matter who these are, organizations, networks, society, shit, the government, CIA, any individual that was working against you got to see the impossible take place in your life, as well as got to watch you do the impossible. Because if you had elites, organizations, networks, societies, government, CIA working to corrupt your energy, working to dismantle you or discredit you. They just watched you, God, give you the power to change the world. Literally, things that you had spoken on, things that you called judgment on, started to change. They fear you. They fear what you're capable of, what God put you in a position to be capable of. And they're watching every attempt made on your life, on your stability, on your destiny, fail. And not only fail, but backfire in the worst ways, where they're watching all those that they attempted to enslave or entrap be released and go towards what they were supposed to. Whether it's a person, an entrepreneurial position, a position in general, being placed in a position of recognition, a position of power, or a specific area. They're watching moves being made in the thousands, hundreds of thousands, in the millions. Millions of individuals finally making the decision to go, this is what I want, and this is what I'm gonna do. Exactly, warriors. More and more light workers answering the call. I love that. That's beautiful. And you were imperative to this. So y'all, I actually am going to leave that right there because I feel like that is a beautiful place to leave it. And like I said, there's a lot of energies coming through right now with how many souls are up. All right, they're rubbing the crust off their third eye and they're going, you know what? It's time. So with them awakening and allowing in more light, there is even more divinity, more multidimensional, high vibrational frequency energy coming through to this planet. More waves have awakened, which means this planet has moved into a higher state of divine experience. It has propelled forward again, energetically. And right now we are moving through this split yet again, and there's more being integrated into this planet, into us, coming straight from the ethers. Like, there's a lot going on right now. And that's probably why this message was fucking everywhere. There's a lot going on with these darker organizations, networks, and societies. There's a lot going on with light workers. There's a lot going on inside this planet. There's a lot going on outside this planet. It's too much. It's too much going on. I could pick up on even more. But we gonna save that for later. I'll see what we pick up on TikTok. And if I won't be seeing you over on TikTok in like 30 minutes, I'll see you back over here tomorrow. We'll see what's going on tomorrow and see if this energy has settled and stabilized a little bit more. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. I honor you. And I will see you again tomorrow, if not over on TikTok. So until then, remain peaceful, unconditionally loving, stand united, and remain respectful unless disrespected. Then check with the Most High and check your motherfucking self before you check a motherfucker with grace. And like Jase would say, XXX Tentacion, 888. If anybody tells you to lay down, run them the fuck over. But not with your car, vroom vroom, with your energy. Because we have nothing to prove. Our energy obviously does it for us. Look at how potent our energy is. Changing the world and shit. Our energy obviously does it for us. And last but most definitely not least, drink your motherfucking water. Remain grounded. Stay balanced. And remember, you are a powerful, co-creative, unconditionally loved and loving child of God. And you deserve every blessing that's unfolding now. You deserve the unconditional love that's being attracted to the unconditional love that you're emanating. You would deserve the abundance that is being bestowed upon you because of how abundant your energy is and how hard you work to get to this point. You deserve a good life. And this is why God is giving you a great life. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I honor you. And I will see you again, if not over on TikTok, back over here tomorrow. So until then, bye guys. I love you all.